Hello everybody, Prepper003 here today with another firearms related video for you. And this one is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be specifically on one item of thought, and that is going to be pretty much my opinion on weapon lights for home defense and for your SHTF rifles. So right now I wanted to pretty much just kind of open up the discussion and everything and really talk about the weapon lights, whether it be for a rifle or a pistol, a subgun, a shotgun, but to kind of just talk on the topic and really give my opinion on why I think that for your primary SHTF rifle and for your primary home defense firearm, whether it be a pistol, rifle, or shotgun, just to be able to have that weapon light equipped and be able to know how to properly use it and practice using it as well. So right now the first thing is going to be the topic of why I think a weapon light is a much needed accessory for a rifle. The biggest thing is going to be target identification and knowing what your target is and what's beyond it. So what I mean by that is that you've all heard the stories of where a father, a husband heard something in the middle of the night and went and grabbed his firearm, searched out the threat, and then all of a sudden whenever he saw somebody inside of his house or on his property, he opened fire and ended up taking that person's life. And that person ended up being an officer of the law, ended up being a wife, a sibling, a spouse. So right now it's something that I just think that could end up saving a lot of lives, is having some type of weapon light to be able to quickly identify your target before you open fire, to be able to realize, oh crap, that's actually something that I do not want to shoot. It's something that even goes along with the basic 4 rules of firearm safety, is knowing your target and what's beyond it. So right now that's just my kind of opinion, and right now I'm not talking about walking around keeping your weapon light on and using it as a searchlight to be able to find your way. No, I'm talking about just being able to quickly, right before you open fire, to bring it up and then see what's going on, then turn the light off. That way you can be like, okay, that's my wife, and then turn the light off, and then pretty much identify yourself to the person and say, sorry honey, it was me, I just thought that you were somebody breaking into the house. Now, even though you don't want to be pointing a loaded firearm at them in the first place, but you still want to be able to quickly identify who you're actually about to open fire upon and use self-defense against. So right now that's just something that I think is going to be very beneficial, especially when it comes to inside rule of law situations, to where it's home defense or where the rule of law is still in place, to where that actual person's life being taken can come back on you if you do not properly identify them first. Now, then there's going to be pretty much the topic of what weapon light to get. Right now, my pretty much rule of thought is go with something that's heavy duty, something that's going to be able to have a pretty much long shelf life as far as battery life goes. Pretty much my kind of rule of thumb is to either stick with Streamlight or Surefire. Right now, all 3 of these firearms right here have Surefire. The only one that I use for a Streamlight is going to be for my Glock, and that's going to be a TLR HL. So right now that's just one thing that I think that we really should do, is instead of just getting a random light, like strapping some type of Walmart light to our rifle, to actually get a specified weapon light for it and be able to get out and use it. Now, what do I mean by get out and use it? You do not have to actually go out and shoot at night to properly use your firearm, but pretty much maybe set up a target or something like that, unload your rifle or put in some type of snap caps, go through the house, clear your house with, and then wherever you see the target, if you will, bring the rifle up, identify it, and if it's a shoot or no shoot situation. So right now that's one thing that you can definitely do, or if you want to, you can spend the extra bit of money and get UTM rounds if you wanted to as well. That's another option there for you. If you don't have a range that allows you to shoot at night or private property. So that's kind of just it. I really want to hear your guys' opinion and thoughts on the process about using a weapon light, and also identifying what type of weapon lights that you guys would use for a SHTF scenario as well. Or if you actually just wholly disagree on the topic of using a weapon light because you don't want to give away your position. I kind of understand that, but I kind of want to go with the better safety route, especially when it comes to identifying my target. So that's just kind of my opinion on the topic. I know that it's a highly debated topic, especially when it comes to weapon lights and how to use them. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I know it's going to be a pretty heated debate down there in the comment section, so I'll be sure to follow along as much as I can with that. And remember, those that prepare for today survive tomorrow.